Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of The Source. We're talking playoff NFL. Started off 5-1 against the spread on wildcard weekend. Went just 2-2 last weekend. So that puts me at 7-3 against the spread to start the playoffs. Hopefully we're looking at 9-3 after today. Obviously, we're starting off with the first game, NFC Championship, Philadelphia Eagles, San Francisco 49ers. You already know who's playing in this game. Let's go.
Welcome to The Source. The Source. Hey, get the Source.
All right, San Francisco on the road in Philly here. The line opened up Eagles -1.5, and everybody is on Philly. Literally everyone you know is betting the Eagles. Line jumps up from 1.5 to 2.5. We're talking like 74% of the tickets, 91% of the money on Philly as of Tuesday morning. Really, nothing changes all week. The public is still heavy on Philly. Everyone's still all over the Eagles. Line is juiced a bit. We're still looking at 2.5 as the consensus, but there are a few books that have bumped it up to 3 already. So if you plan on betting the Eagles in this game, I would bet it now. So let's take a look at the spreadsheet. According to the model, the line for this game should be Philadelphia -3.89. So about a 1.5 point lean on the Eagles. So let's run through a quick breakdown of this game, and we'll start with a question. Why is everyone betting the Philadelphia Eagles here? I mean, the 49ers have won 12 straight football games. They're analytically the best team in the NFL. Simple answer to that question, Brock Purdy looked a little shaky in his first 2 playoff games, and the Eagles just steamrolled the Giants, like cruise controlled through the Giants. Also, you know how everyone likes to rant about the 49ers defense, right? It's all you hear, like 49ers defense, it's so epic. 49ers are the best defense in the NFL. Actually, it's the 49ers offense that was ranked #1 in the NFL from week 13 on. San Francisco was averaging damn near 35 points a game in their final 6 games. But the thing is, do you want to know which NFL defense leads the league in opponents' yards per play allowed? Hint, it's not the 49ers. It's Philadelphia. Yeah, the Eagles defense. The thing with the Eagles defense, and this is where it gets hard to read here because obviously we know this is an elite unit. We know this is a great defense. But they were struggling to stop the run early in the season, right? Then they addressed it, kind of. They signed Ndamukong Suh, Jordan Davis returned from injury, and it looked like they fixed that issue. But it's not the Eagles' defense against the run I want to talk about. It's the Eagles' defense against the pass. Here's the Eagles' schedule from weeks 8 to 18, the final 11 games of the season. Where are all the receiving weapons? Where's the passing attack that they had to stop in that span? You got Pittsburgh in there, but that was in week 8. Kenny Pickett and George Pickens really didn't start developing that chemistry till later in the season. You got Green Bay in there. Hey, Aaron Rodgers, Christian Watson. That's not a tough cover, except for Christian Watson had 110 yards and a touchdown in that game, and Green Bay scored 33 points. How about Terry McLaurin? I mean, he's a dynamic receiving threat. Eagles played Watson in that span. How did they do against him? Terry McLaurin had 128 yards receiving, and Washington beat the Eagles in Philly. What about the Dallas Cowboys? They played the Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb's a tough cover. Dak Prescott. CeeDee Lamb had 10 catches, 120 yards, and 2 touchdowns in this game, and Dallas hung 40 on him. So seriously, I'm asking you a direct question. I'm not trolling. I'm not trying to talk shit. Darius Slay and this Eagles secondary is supposed to be locked down, right? Who have they locked down? Look at the schedule. Now, to be fair, you can use that exact same logic with Brock Purdy in the second half of the 49ers schedule. They really didn't play anyone tough either. But the fact remains that every single top 25, top 30 receiving threat that the Eagles have seen since week 8 has completely cooked them. In the last 3 months, they haven't locked down anybody. I mean, CeeDee Lamb, Terry McLaurin, and even Christian Watson you can include in there. In case you've forgotten who plays for San Francisco, they have Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, and Christian McCaffrey could even run routes downfield. All 3 of them, you could argue, are better than any receiving threat they've seen in the last 3 months and change. Everyone's expecting San Francisco to come in and run the ball on the Eagles. I'm thinking the opposite. I think Kyle Shanahan's going to put the ball in Brock's hands and let their superstar receiving core do work. And one thing I want to say about Brock Purdy, now, obviously, he hasn't looked as sharp in the 2 playoff games as he did in the regular season. Obviously, he's missing a bit more throws than we were used to seeing in the final 6, 7 games of the year, whatever it was. But did you see dude's post-game interview after they beat the Cowboys? I mean, is he a robot? What is wrong with this dude? Is he even nervous? Like, does he have emotions? This kid just beat the Dallas Cowboys to go 2-0 in the playoffs in his career, go to the NFC Championship in a rookie season where he wasn't even expected to be on the 53-man roster, let alone see the field. And it looked like he didn't even care. And not gonna lie, I love that attitude heading into a hostile environment like Philly. Those fans are nuts. It's not going to be an easy place to play, and I'm not saying he won't be nervous. I'm not saying he won't miss some throws. I'm just saying I feel like he's got the right attitude. He's the type of guy that can handle pressure. Something I wanted to add in the video, and you can decide whether or not you think this is a factor. I'm not sure if I do. 49ers had to fly cross country and the Eagles did not. Actually, it gets a little more interesting than that. This is the first time the San Francisco 49ers have played a game east of Las Vegas since week 6. Their 3 road games in that span have been at LA, at Seattle, at Las Vegas. They just played a tough, physical, defensive game against the Cowboys. Now they have to fly cross country for the first time in over 3 months. I'm not saying it's a factor. You can decide. I just thought it was interesting enough to add to the video. That's all. Another number I want to bring to the light before I place my bet. Did you know that Jalen Hurts is 32nd in the NFL in EPA per dropback against the zone blitz? In case you're unfamiliar with San Francisco and their defense, that's kind of what they do. When it comes to blitz rate, the 49ers are pretty middle of the pack in the NFL, but they're always in zone coverage. They're top 5 in the NFL in zone coverage percentage. DeMeco Ryans, we know, one of the more creative defensive coordinators, maybe the most creative defensive coordinator in the NFL. I expect to see a lot of zone blitz because the numbers indicate Hurts struggles against it. So who am I betting? Well, as you probably guessed, I'm fading the whole world. I'm taking San Francisco here. I'm also going to play the over because I think both of these defenses are overvalued. So I actually think we're going to see a high-scoring electric game to start Conference Championship Sunday. So give me San Francisco. Now, I'm in New Jersey. I have the luxury of having many books to choose from. So currently, I can get it at San Francisco +3. But on YouTube, I always give out the consensus line. So I have to say San Francisco +2.5 right now. But if I were you, I would wait it out because you're seeing Philly -2.5 juiced up to -120, which means this line could hit 3 on whatever book you use before kickoff. I'm not saying it definitely will, but there's a chance. So for the video, I have to say 49ers +2.5, but I'm getting it at 3. If anything changes with these 2 bets, I will let you know on Twitter. So give me a follow there if you're interested. Also, if you want the final bet, parlay of the day, I'm putting out SGPs, that kind of stuff too. Head over to KyleKirms.com or download the Sauce Network app. Conference Championship Sunday, some say the best day of football of the year. I tend to disagree. I like the full slates, but still, it's going to be 2 great games. Remember to bet responsibly, and I will talk to you on Twitter.